Morning. This is Arnie Waters here at Waters Capital in Boston, Massachusetts. Hope you're having a great day. I want to talk about a couple of concepts today. One is the concept of financial repression. Financial repression. And this is a phrase that is getting a lot of traction among the ruling power elite. And it has to do with effectively limiting the way investors can deploy their assets. For a long time after the Second World War, it was very difficult for Americans to invest overseas, for Americans to buy things that weren't offered by regular banks. A lot of barriers were put in people's way. Banks, for instance, were not encouraged to be buying overseas investments or investing in stock markets or having money management departments in any real sense. They had trust businesses, but they weren't buying and selling securities, trading every day and all that kind of thing. You were giving your money to the bank because you wanted the principal preserved. Now, this idea is gaining a lot of traction, so much so that there have been a couple of articles in insider-type publications. And I just want to point this out to you as something to keep in the back of your mind over the next few years, because at some point, the United States government, in my opinion, is going to make it increasingly difficult or inconvenient for Americans to be investing in stuff that doesn't prop up the United States. So that's just food for thought. The second thing I want to talk about is that there's been a lot of talk about rare earths, and we've been one of the leaders in the conversation. And if you want to get really detailed about this and why we think you should buy this or that, please check out our white paper on rare earths at our website, www.waterscapital.com. But one of the points we continue to make, and people simply don't seem to believe us about this point, is that there are vital elements, rare earth elements, things that are used not only in weapons of war, but in everyday medicine, in MRI machines, and things of that ilk, in the creation of Apple items, whether they're iPods or iPads or iPad 2s, that are used routinely in HD TVs and in screens for monitors and laptops and all this kind of stuff, as well as batteries, these high-tech batteries that we're now all using in all of our stuff, that there are significant elements that are used that are basically currently controlled by the Chinese. And the prices go through the roof. There are elements like samarium that were, let us say, $110 less than a year ago that are now over $1,000. So when we talk about rare earth metals and we look at ways to invest in those areas, we ask you to keep in mind that this is way beyond supply and demand. That this is into a fact that the Chinese are deliberately controlling the exports, and it's going to take a couple of years for not only Molycorp, but Linus and a couple of other, Linus the Australian company, they're doing other things, as well as rare earths. But it's going to take a couple of years for those companies to get these things on stream. And in the meantime, while rare earths are going to be highly speculative from an investment standpoint, it seems to us that it's very likely, as we try to develop free world free world mines that do rare earth, that we're going to see some tremendous economic opportunities. And these will continue well over the next 10 years. So this is a great area to get into. We've been encouraging people to be in it. Some people think there's been a weakness in the market. We think that too, but we also think that in the near term, rare earth elements are going to be explosively profitable for our friends and clients. So this is Arnie Waters. Aim for the ice flows, not the open water, and have a great day. Keep swinging.